Well, hi, welcome to Guitar Zone. I'm Robert Knoll, and this is a special lesson. I'm going to call this Texas Boogie. Okay, so part of the blues thing and the boogie thing, okay, it's important that they're two different things, and we're going to get into really explaining the difference. Boogie is a feeling, okay? And when we did shuffles, we did boogies. So boogie is a fancy shuffle in a way, but it's also a different groove. There were bands like, we would say ZZ Top that did a wonderful Texas boogie. And there are many of the black bluesmen, the legends, John Lee Hooker, who did a wonderful boogie. The guy I played with, Albert Collins, did a great boogie. But they were all different. In this kind, I'm going to feature really the Texas boogie style. And there are many different variations of this. But let me see if I can get you started on it. So when I'm doing this today, I'm starting on an E. I'm actually going to be barring my first finger on the second fret. I've got my B and my E. And you see I'm kind of slanted in there. You know, you can straighten your finger as much as possible. But you want to be able to go down on the open E and then up on that E and B note. So you got three notes ringing, it's like a chord, but you're upstroking two notes that are barred, B and E, with your first finger. So you're hitting the open E, and then notice that I'm stopping, I'm muting. So each time you notice my thumb coming back here. So I go one and, two and, one and, two and, three. Every time I upstroke, one and, two and, three and, I'm upstroking and I'm muting. I'm hitting the notes, I'm letting them ring, but then I'm releasing the pressure down here. So that's stopping those two notes from ringing, okay? So I'm getting this. So it's a down, up, mute, down, up, mute. So you're just releasing the pressure to stop those notes from ringing. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm trying to put this in 4/4 time, so it's easier for you to get into this, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm hitting the open, and then I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to hit it again. I'm going to go 1, 2, and now I'm going to add the bass notes in. I'm going to add the G on the third fret with the second finger, and the fourth finger going all the way to the fifth fret, A. So that's going to be on my third and fourth beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I start over again. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. My second finger hits the G on the third beat, and the fourth beat on the A. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You see, I start that second measure off with a down up. The second measure, 1, 2, and then the 3, 4. Now a variation would be this: 3, 4, 1, 2. You could go back to the G. Just get a little tone. Yeah, so we get a little tone here. Then you might do something on the B or not. You just might groove out and boogie on the E, not even making the A change. But the A change was the same as the E. I took the first finger and I barred for the E and the A. So there you go. This is a short lesson on Texas Boogie. So don't forget to count. You got to learn to count this basic 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, and when you add the G, when you go back to the G, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So there could be some ways to count in 6, but that gets confusing, okay? I think starting off in the 4 is the best way to get this groove going. And then you'll learn that you can hear people solo usually in kind of like a blues scale in open E. So, once you get jamming on the boogie, it can be a really fun jam to do with other guitar players. Say, hey, dude, let's jam. Let's do a Texas boogie or a Detroit boogie, right? So, just out of curiosity, the other kind of boogie that you might, when you hear Albert Collins do a boogie, he did like this. He did G sharp. Okay, so that's like in E, we're talking about a minor third, a second, major second, minor third. So, you get that boom, boom. And so there's all these other little isms, these other little boogie grooves, when you get into A. Now listen, I'm going to change up. So here I'm using my G. I got my A barred, right? And I'm hitting a C with my second finger, and then an open A, and I'm doing a little bend thing. I'm going to get a little groove going. Isn't that cool? Now, kind of the other way around, I start on the C. C, A. Now I'm going C, A, G, A, C, A. And then the other one from the G, now from the C. I could do a power chord. I could do could actually do even bigger power chords. That C chord, D chord. Or maybe a harmony. Root and third. I don't know, maybe. Little Albert Counts. C, C sharp A, G, G sharp A. There, I'm ringing, I'm not choking. Let him ring. But the choke, and even muffle, even laying your hand here, doing the choke, but muffling with the right hand. I'm laying my wrist here. And then if you're doing B, and then your A change and your E. So you could add B. You can find other ways to boogie if you explore and go on a boogie journey, a boogie mission, right? But you need to listen to some boogies. Listen to what some other artists have done with the boogies. You know, there's the different speeds, you know. You're in a... You know, that's a whole different thing when you got that speed going, you know? Or maybe it's really slow. There's my A. I could do it. So I'm seeing that pattern as little power chords, one root and fifths, okay, and root fifth and root maybe, and then maybe sometimes I do the C, and I add the fifth in the bottom, so I get root 5 and a 5, and I get that heavy. Well, it's also possible to hit a C chord, D chord. When you're in E, G, A, you know? So maybe you want to do A, G, and then go G, A, or A, G. So there's another there's all kinds of possibilities. You might make your own boogie, you know? Or you make a combination of different boogie styles that you learn. The other thing is I won't get into this too much, but the finger picking versions, right? The guys like John Lee Hooker, some of the fathers of the blues, the original legends. So I'm using my thumb and like my second finger sometimes in this technique. I could use my index finger too. I could do... So all types of things you can get into. I just love the boogie thing because it's got that boogie thing. You do that at a campfire or a gig, or get your band rolling, get your own boogie going, or pay tribute to the legend boogie people. That Billy Gibbons is easy top, man. He's got his stamp of trademark on his Texas boogie. But John Lee Hooker did too. Albert Collins. You know, you might hear other guys. Maybe Eric Clapton would play a boogie, you know, or Jeff Beck, or those kind of guys. But, you know, Muddy Waters, where does he come from? Where does a Chicago boogie, okay, Texas boogie, New Orleans boogie, Detroit boogie, indigenous maybe to the environment or where you live, where you come from. All right, well, God, I think I got enough into the boogie, right? So enjoy, get into it. Try to go on adventures and make discoveries, right? Journeys into the boogie world. Wonderful, yay! You might even write some lyrics. They might be funny, they might be serious, they might even be sad or happy. Who knows? You might have the next hit boogie tune, right? All right. I'm at Tarzone now, and I have a Patreon site, and that's where you can go. When the Patreon site's going, you can actually subscribe at different levels, and in that way, you're helping me pay my bills, and you're sending me some money, a little bit of money maybe every month to help me get on the road and get my band together and do some recordings, all kinds of things, but I'm not really in making a lot of money these days. Haven't been for a while. Blues issues, you know, types. But anyways, it would help me a whole lot if you subscribed at the Patreon. That really, then I'm hearting you and I'm thanking you so much for being a patron. Keeping me going, you know, for as long as I can be teaching you, okay, and coming up with ideas how to help you learn guitar and learn about music and the love of the blues and the love of just playing, the sensation that you get from putting your fingers on a guitar and playing and getting better and learning how to learn and learning technique and skills and timing and all these groovy, great things. It's really great. So if you're a patron of me, I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't thank you enough. Bye for now. And let's keep that boogie going.